What's up, traders? How y'all doing? Okay, just getting off work at the harbor, dolphin swim, and we're going to talk about position sizing. So the idea here is that you can trade exactly the same and change your position sizing and make way more money or be way more profitable. So this is a different solution to overtrading. We all overtrade. Almost everyone, even the successful traders. The goal is always to undertrade, right? But the concept, and this is from, by the way, welcome in, much love fam, Trav here. If y'all don't know me, I am living on Oahu. I'm an adventure entrepreneur. I'm a professional adventure guide and trader, and I like risk. So, anyways, I was reading Market Wizards, The Little Book of Market Wizards by Jack Schwager. Really good book, highly recommend. And there's a little short chapter on position sizing, and the concept is risk more on the good trades and risk less on the bad trades, and keep everything else the same, and you'll do way better. Now, there's this concept that, how do you know which trade is going to win or which trade is going to lose? You should always risk the same on each trade, and I feel that. However, I think you actually do know to an extent. It's now my chance to cuddle up. You don't know which trade's going to be a win or a loss, but a lot of the time you have an idea of which trade is a really good trade, which trade is not as good a trade, right? Which trade is an A+ setup, which trade is maybe you shouldn't be taking at all, right? Personally, I know when it's like, I recognize this is a great opportunity, and sometimes it's like, I want to take this trade, I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to, or this looks okay, I think it might be worth taking, right? So the idea is when this happens, you take every trade the same, but the trade that you think, wow, this is actually, everything's lining up, you take a big risk on that. Not just 1%, you risk 2, 3%, 5%, right? However, on the trades that you know aren't as good or shouldn't take, you don't even risk 1%, you risk 0.5%, 0.25%, right? So this lets you do the gambling and the action and get the trading experience without exposing you to big losses when on bad trades, right? So you're still gonna take big losses when this happens, because sometimes the A+ doesn't work and sometimes the shitty trade works. But at the same time, just keeping everything the same and operating like that, you could be way more profitable. Now, there's also a psychological component where they're talking about position sizing. If you wake up in the morning and you're worried about your position, it's too big. If you go to sleep and you're worried about your position, it's probably too big. And I think back to in past months where it's like, man, I was in a winning trade and it came a retracement. It was retracing and I closed out of it. And then it went all the way, hit my TP, and it would have been like a $10,000 or $14,000 trade, and I could have made an extra 10 for. Thinking back, like I shouldn't have made an extra 10 or 14. I should have made 5 and not been scared on the retracement, right? My size was too big, right? There's no reason to be afraid, right? You gotta trade a non-scary, right? Everybody's got a psychological threshold, and those can be different at different times of the year, different equity levels, different things going on in your life, but you want to trade in a way where it's not scary, right? And a lot of that has to do with position sizing, where you're not scared. You put on a trade, you're not scared to lose it. You're not scared of a retracement. You're not scared you're not going to win the trade. And I think, part of that is some things that always help is being able to spot good opportunities, obviously, and also just being able to generate trades and also being able to generate income outside of trading is always really helpful, where you don't need to rely on trading. And that's where I'm at now. I'm on my way back. The daily close is in 2 hours, so I'm going to log in and see what's going on. But I'm busy. I'm working a bunch of straight days. I'm making money outside of trading, and it eases the pressure a lot. Even this channel, I sell my Market Timing Pro indicator, but the channel's been doing well. It's surprised me. This month made like $100 ad revenue, and that's not very much money, obviously, but pays for some groceries or whatever, some pocket change. And I'm excited to see where it goes. But I've got all kinds of tiny little streams coming in, or some bigger, and that makes trading easier. I mean, the best scenario is when you have such a surplus of income, and I've traded from this, and it was so much easier, where I have an extra $5,000, I'm making an extra $2,000 a month that I can invest with. And it's like, if my position goes against me, I'm not trading on leverage. I'm stoked because it's more time to get a bigger position before it takes off. And then when it did take off, I'm not as concerned about the size because I have my job. It doesn't really matter, right? I'm not risking at all. So, there's some thoughts on position sizing. It doesn't really matter in terms of over trading, under trading, altering your trades. Of course it does matter, but you can keep everything the same and just change your position. Risk more when you should take the trade. Risk less when it's a questionable trade, and risk an amount where you're not going to be scared or worried about it later. So, sound good? Sounds good to me. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.